Hello, this is going to be a quick tutorial to show how to import your fill planes for oats and soybean on Manchester. We just start up this combine. You'll see that it shows oats down here on the right hand side, and you can also see in the combine itself we now have oats. Just stop that. If I jump into my tractor here, just want to show that it does actually come out with the trailer okay. Like so. If we switch over to our other combine, is on soybean. Again shown in the down here on the right hand side. See that it has soybean fill plane and particle effects. So if we stop that, grab my other tractor, I can find where I put my trailer. There it is. Just hook up to this bit quick. I'll just show that it does actually come out into the trailer okay as well. There we go. Correct soybean textures and fill planes. So what I'll do is I'll exit out to the desktop and I will try and show you how to actually install these. Back in a minute. Okay, so here we are on the desktop and I've extracted the Manchester map. And if we open that up and go into our map folder, what I've done is created a multifruit folder with our fill planes and particle animations in. As you see, one for oats, one for soybean, which is your fill planes, and then the particle animation for oats. All we do basically is just copy this, paste it into that Manchester map or folder, refresh that so it goes up there, and then what we need to do is actually open up the map in Giants Editor. So do that now. I'll just pause and I'll come back when I'm in the Giants Editor. Okay, so we're in Giants Editor now and don't need to move anything here. All we need to do is just go up to File and then Import. We need to go to Desktop, which is where our Manchester map is, or wherever you have extracted it to. Open up that, go into our map folder, and then go into our newly copied in multifruit folder, and then basically just import the i3ds for the fill planes and the particle animations. So if we start with soybean, so I'll open up this and just double click on the soybean i3d, you can see that it brings it in at the end of the cinnagraph here. Don't change anything, just leave it where it is. I generally find that if you save your import each time, it allows the system a little breathing room to accept the changes. If you were to import them all in one go, it may cause Giants Editor to crash. It just depends on how much RAM you have in your system and obviously your system specs, but for me I find it just easier to save than having to restart Giants Editor when it decides to crash. So I'll save that now and then I'll pause, come back in a little while. Okay, so that's successfully saved, and we just do the same thing again. So File, Import, go back to our multifruit folder and do the oats. So if we open up that folder, double click on the oats, and you can see that it's now brought that in again at the bottom of the Cinegraph. And again, we just, for safety's sake, or to prevent Giants Editor from freaking out and crashing on us, we'll save again. So I'll just pause because you don't really want to watch that. Okay, so now our oat fill plane has been successfully imported and saved. We can now do our particle animations. So again, File, Import, go back to our multifruit folder, into our particle animation folder for oats, and again double click on the i3D file, and that will then bring that in at the bottom of the Cinegraph again. We can again save, I'll leave it running this time just so you can see that I'm not doing anything different behind the scenes, so to speak. Takes a little while. You can imagine if you were to import all of these in one go and then click save, you could be waiting here for quite some time, or again, like I said, just cause Giants Editor to continually crash on you and you have to start all over again. So okay, so that's imported and saved successfully. So I will exit out of Giants Editor now and I'll show you what happens in game. Okay, so we're back in game, and I just wanted to show you this before we make the change. Because we've imported a new build plane, it overrides some things, and you will find that if you look at the F1 menu there, you'll see that it shows oat windrow instead of straw. This is a really simple fix. I just wanted to show you in game that that's what can occur once you've installed these new build planes. If it doesn't bother you, leave it be. It does work. It still accepts straw, no problems. But if you find it bothers you, I'm going to show you how to change that now. So I'll see you back on the desktop. Okay, so here we are on the desktop, and we're going to open up our Manchester folder again. And what we're going to do is edit our moddesk.xml. So I recommend using a program called Notepad++, but any other text editor would probably do. So if we right click and go edit with Notepad++, we have our moddesk.xml, and we need to scroll down to oat windrow, just here. What we need to do is change the actual text. This is the text that's displayed on screen to whatever we want to show, I guess. So if I change that to straw, and if you really want to, you could change the German version as well. So there we go. And all you do is just save and exit, and then rezip your folder, and I will see you back in game to show that it's actually changed in a moment. Okay, so here we are back in game, and you can see in the F1 menu there that it now shows straw and not oat windrow. Like I said before, if the oat windrow doesn't really bother you that much, leave it alone. But if you want it to show straw or whatever you want it to show, just need to edit that mod description XML, and that's it. Hopefully this has been some help. Thanks for watching.